second. How do I hide the big thingy that comes? My name is Srishti, and I'm going to be presenting on self-driving cars. So, what are self-driving cars? So, self-driving cars are also known as autonomous cars because autonomous basically refers to anything that can control itself. And so, self-driving cars is a vehicle. A self-driving car is a vehicle that can drive itself without human input or help. So there are 5 levels of driving automation. Until now, humans have only been able to create or have only wanted to create till level 2, which is partial automation, where in the first 3 levels, basically the human still monitors the driving environment. And at that point, they can always take control at any time. The last three, most of the time, do not need human supervision. And till now, most people have not wanted to go above level 2 either because of legal liability. Anything that happens will be on the company and not the human if it goes above level 2. And till now, it's 9 point, so there have been 9.1 accidents per million miles driven for self-driving cars at the level 2 and 4.2 only for no automation. So, what can self-driving cars do? They can perceive the environment. Obviously, they use a bunch of sensors, which I'll get to the sensors in detail later. They can monitor the systems. They can check the fuel of the car, the speed of the car. And in some self-driving cars, say they detect a problem in the engine, then the self-driving car will automatically shut down so that there isn't any problem that happens later on. They can navigate to a place. If you put in a destination, it can detect its own route to the destination. And of course, it can adjust controls, speed, direction, and in some cases, height, stuff like that to actually control the car. So, autonomous cars use sensors, which I'll get to later again, actuators, which are basically the actuator is anything that can convert electrical energy into physical energy. So, um, motors and stuff, complex algorithms, machine learning systems, and powerful processors are all the controlling bits of the car. So, how do they actually work? First, you need to map the surroundings. So there are 4 main types of sensors that cars use, and each has its own special use along with just generally obstacle detection. So radar sensors are mostly more useful in bad weather. They don't Bad weather does not affect radar sensors, and so they can be used for obstacle detection, vehicle detection, even during bad weather. Video cameras are usually used to detect the color of traffic lights and to see people. LiDAR is light detection and arranging, and this is basically the kind of sensor where it uses a laser and sees how long it takes to reflect back and detect how far away something is. And there's actually a very interesting use for this. So they cars can use lidar to detect the reflectors on the sides of roads. So they see how reflective the road is and how reflective the reflectors are, and that's how they detect reflectors. And ultrasonic sensors are usually used to detect curves. And radar sensors are also used for blind spots. Short range radar is really useful to detect blind spots. So, processing. So, all the sensory input goes into processors and sophisticated software processes it. It plots a path to the destination and it sends instructions to the actuators where the car's actuators control the acceleration, braking, and steering to take you to that place. And during actuation, hard-coded rules, obstacle avoidance algorithms, and so on are also used. So currently, companies that have manufactured are Waymo, Cruise, Volkswagen, and of course Tesla. So these are pictures of each of those cars done by them. And okay, so these are so based on the number of car related patents that have been registered by countries. Most of the time, that also indicates how ready they are for self-driving cars. So USA and China lead by more than half compared to Japan and South Korea, as you can see. USA is approximately 136,000, and Japan over here is only at little less than 60,000. So, pros and cons of these cars. So, obviously, there's less room for human error, but there's also a lot more room for technological error in self-driving cars because the motors and even sensors can always make mistakes. So there's reduced traffic congestion because each of them are uh, each of them are connected to the others, but any unpredictable traffic patterns can confuse the computer. And you can travel faster, but that also means higher impact collisions and, of course, environmental benefits. But there are going to be lots of unforeseen costs and consequences. So, I'm loading. So, this is a video, and that will be my end.
You've probably read something about autonomous vehicles in the news, but what are they and how do they work? Well, they use sensors, lasers, and cameras to navigate the roads, and there are actually 5 different levels of automation. Today, your car is at level 1 with features like cruise control and parking sensors. But by level 5, the car can drive itself completely. All you do is tell it where to go. But what does that actually mean? Well, with computers at the wheel, you'll get from A to B faster with less congestion and less pollution. Once you arrive, your car will even park itself. But their biggest benefit is safety. Every year, more than 1 million people are killed in car accidents worldwide, and 90% of them are caused by human error. Sometimes we get tired, we lose concentration, and every now and then just get it wrong. Could driverless cars be safer? We'll have to be able to make quick decisions in all kinds of situations and share the roads with conventional vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists. There's still a lot of work to be done, but driverless cars could dramatically cut the number of accidents on the roads and save millions of lives. That doesn't make letting go of the wheel any easier, though.
Okay, and I'm stuck. Okay, so that's a joke.
Great.
Thank you.